How's it going, guys? Today we're heading back to the just reviewing our games, and oh my god, as you can see from the title, 1,000 elo is where to be. You can't beat it. You've got blunders, you've got brilliant moves, you've got everything in between. It's that sweet spot that you know what you're doing, but you don't know what you're doing. You know enough of enough, but enough to get you in danger. But anyway, we'll get straight in. We've got two games. We've got one rapid game, one 10-minute game, and one quick 5-minute game. Stick around for the 5-minute because it's just murder. Pieces fly off the board. It's lovely. So it is. So anyway, we'll get into it. Here we have the first 10-minute rapid game. I have the white pieces. This is a Vienna game. It starts off as, so it's a Vienna Max Line Gambit, but it's a bit. It's not different. We've played 115 games, nice 57% win rate, and this is, not top course level stuff, but it's good. So we take the pawn in the centre with our flank pawn, which is always good. He throws his knight in the centre. It immediately becomes a target for our other centre pawn, helping with our development. He undevelops it. We attack his other knight. He then further undevelops that, giving us a huge advantage straight off the bat. That's what you want. That's the point of this opening. If you get it down right, it works. So he throws his pawn, attacking our pawn in the centre. Now we attack and pin his knight to his king. He takes the pawn in the centre. We then pin that pawn to his king, so he cannot take here. So he can't take our second pawn. Well, that comes in handy. So he unpins his knight, at which point we decide to trade. This pawn is then no longer defended, so we can take that pawn. Now, it says we miss an opportunity to win a free pawn. It would have been better, in this case, to take with a knight, putting his bishop under pressure. But we didn't. We took with a queen, give him a check, forcing him to make a reactive move, which he does, and it's probably not the best one. Throwing the knight out there into the centre, it's not really looking at anything. Yes, I can't go there with my knight, obviously I can't go there with my queen, but it's not really doing much otherwise. So we castle, and the reason we castle is predicting, hopefully, that he's going to castle this direction, king side. Now obviously it would be a lot easier for him to castle queen side with just two moves, but in this case we'll hope for it, get our king to safety nice and quick so we can continue an attack. So he throws his queen up in the middle, offering a trade. Now, it's not a good trade. The reason it's not a good trade is it's only defended by this pawn. And this pawn is in one of the groups of two, in a group of three. So if I take this, which I did in the game, it separates his pawns, leaving an isolated pawn in the centre. He has 3 different pawn islands. We immediately beamline and make that a target, because currently it's not defended by anything. Yes, it can become defended by the bishop once the knight moves, but it's iffy. So he offers us a trade. We take the trade. It's good for us obviously, because we're not up. We are up a pawn, kind of. No, we're not even up a pawn. What am I saying? But our pawns are just better. We've got 4 on 2 on 1 and 2 on 3 on this side. So we're a bit better. It looks like we'll have a pawn, like we're playing as if we have an extra pawn. So he immediately blunders. Now the reason this is a blunder is because it does allow us to win the bishop and putting pressure on this pinned piece. Now how can we win that? How can we win this bishop? You've got knight out here. Okay, it's an alright move. We don't really have anything other to attack it apart from the pawn. So we push the pawn, we get that lovely great move. And now, obviously his bishop can't go anywhere, he can't take. He has no pawn here anymore to defend and take. So he castles, gets himself to safety, leaving the bishop clean for opening. Now we have separated his pawns into 3 different pawn islands, and they're grouped in 2s, which is just good for us. So we snatch up the free pawn in the centre, putting him down to 3 pawn islands with 2 and a 1, or 2 2s and a 1. He then pushes his pawn forward. We double up our rooks. He gives us it's quite a petty check. There's not no threat there really. But instead of going into the corner, I decide to move the king out this way. Now, the reason I chose to do this instead, as he attacks our bishop, which is undefended, is I'm almost preparing for the end game. I'm getting ready for it. I'm expecting it to happen. I know I'm in a better position, and your king is, it's better being out in the centre during an end game than it is being in the corner. Now, we're still roughly in the middle game. I'm preparing my king, getting it into a safe position. Can't be checked by this bishop, dark square bishop, while my king's on a light square. It can be checked here, but that would just be stupid. He can't move his pawn in order to give us a check with a king. So we're in a very good place. Our king is nice and safe in the centre of the board. So here, we jump in immediately attacking his rook. While we attack his rook, he takes our bishop. Now, the knight going there, I ignore the threat that's facing it, but I do it counteracting and counter-attacking his rook. Obviously, bishop is nowhere near worth as much as what a rook is. It's a lot more powerful, so we take that up. We lose the rook, but it opens him up for checks, which we don't give because this is a fork of pieces or kebab, whatever you want to call it, but we're going to win something. So he saves his bishop by defending it. Now we snatch up the pawn, get rid of his just weak pawn. No point having it there to march down and then destroy our pawn structure. He tries to excuse me, this is where it goes lovely. He tries to get his king into safety, marching it all the way around here where his pawn majority is. Grand, we'll just snatch up another pawn. What happens when we do that? We threaten the A pawn, which he now needs to defend. He can't defend with his king. Can't defend. Well, he could have pushed the pawn forward, possibly. He could have then, instead of just moving the rook at that point in time, he could have just pushed. But he decides to defend, which is questionable, because it allows us to just continue a march down the board. Now what happens here? He's attacking it. We still have eyes on this pawn. We can come up, lure his rook away, push again, and then what's he going to do? Come across, and it's defended. So we do very, very close to that. In this position, the game is given h7 as the better move. Now, why is that the better move? Because he can obviously just take, and that's not our advantage gone, but that's the pawn gone. So in this move, he gets scared and he goes back. Now, if he didn't, and say he just, I don't know, what could he even do in this position? So there's not really much. So say he did take. So say he took the pawn. We take with check. He has one square to go to. We would then go a3, creating a mating net. He can't move anywhere here. This is his only escape square. After this, maybe the opponent plays something like rook e6. Then after this, we have rook c7, and it's just an avalanche. Everything's happening. His king is in a mating net. Now in this position, all we need to do, say he makes a stupid move like this, is sorry, not that move. That doesn't work. Does that not work? No, because of the en passant. That is why it doesn't work. So you've got b4 attacking the bishop. He's just under too much pressure. There's too much going on. So he gets scared. He defends his pawn. We then drop our rook back. Just kind of taking the open file, seeing what we can control. At the end, we snatch up that pawn, giving him a check. He moves in towards closer to the mating net. We create the mating net. Now, the only move for his king is here and here. Okay, as you've seen, whenever you pick up the king, usually I have highlighted moves off. But here and here are the only two moves for him. In this case, he moves forward. Not a good idea. In this position, it's 7.5. Here, it's 8.1. So it was the better move for him actually, but it's not a nice move by any means. So we go ahead trying to promote the queen. He comes over, gives us a petty check, nothing really to worry about. He goes back trying to stop the promotion of the pawn. We sacrifice the rook. Well, trade off the rook, get a queen, and now we have mate in 1. Do you think I see it? Of course I do. Of course I do. Of course I do. Now, how could he have defended this? He can't. He really can't. So let's say bishop. Is that bishop the better move maybe for him, or bishop? There's nothing really. Okay, yeah, he can open it up, but then we've got queen d5, just creating the mate net again. Bishop g5, give us a check. We move forward, and we've got, what else do we have? Bishop pawn. Bishop pawn. We don't have a bishop. What am I saying? So we go. Where am I? Where's? Am I confused? Is that what? That's not mate. Am I very confused? This is really the only thing he has. It's just queen. No, that's not mate. Sorry, excuse me. There, it's just game over. But yes, we do find the mate in 1. It's very lovely. Good wee sequence there at the end. Trying to give us checks. He's just overcrowded, too much going on. He walked himself into a mate and that. It's lovely. It's lovely to see. Now here, this is the 5-minute game, and oh my god. Also, this game was a 80. I was estimated rating 1550. No, I wasn't. That's a lie. Well, it actually was. That's what chess.com says. The accuracy was 88.7. That was just lovely. Lovely game. So here's the 5-minute game. I've been playing a lot more rapid blitz. Recently. We have the black pieces here. We go for Queen's Pawn open, accelerated London. Steinitz counter gambit. So here we give up our flank pawn just to get a wee bit of development here in the centre. Now he goes for this move here with the bishop stern at the c7 square and the knight coming in. The only really move you have is to block off the bishop. You have no way of protecting this square. The only thing it's protected by is your queen, and you would lose it. Same as stupid move attacking here. He just goes check, and we, move here because we don't want to lose our queen. He takes the rook, or say, obviously we can lose the queen in that position, but say he does stupid move. He attacks, we take, he takes. That's just terrible for us. Don't want that. Now, he could have went here. Nowhere near good. Nowhere near a good. Nowhere near as good. So we take, he takes. Yeah, no, hold on. That's better for him. Obviously, if I take, that's terrible. What am I thinking? I'm so stupid. Going here would have been better. But anyway, that's not what happened. What happens is, we block off the bishop. His bishop retreats. We snatch up the pawn that we traded. Here I was thinking of going for an en passant. I was thinking it'd be a good move. But I fought against it because I don't know if trading here would have been a good idea. So we give him a check. He blocks and he gets a great move. I don't know how this gets a great move because after take, which is shown as an inaccuracy. So what's he going to do? Fall back? He takes here. So say he takes the pawn, we take. He can take. Okay, there you go. We lost the bishop. But now, say he takes. We take. It's 0.1 advantage for us. But oh my god, that's not what happens. He trades the queen. We take the queen. He blunders immediately. Why is this a blunder? This is a blunder because discover check. That's exactly what I have. I know you see me make the move, but that is exactly what we do. We get another great move. Discovered check with the bishop. Now, he can come back and defend it with a knight. We could go, then at this point you would take queen. He has to move or, block it, but moving is the best option. And then it's just good knight, Irene, everything starts to fly off the board. But he does something even worse. He throws his bishop there. We take the bishop and it's still check anyway. He then takes it with the knight. So now we're just a bishop better than in what I just showed you. We take with check, he moves forward, we take the knight, he moves back, we then bring out our other knight, he gives us a check thinking it's going to matter. He for some reason trades off his bishop. Like, you don't have a lot of material. Don't trade off what you ain't got. So he immediately attacks our queen. We save the queen, give him a check, and he resigns. So, let's just go over that again. And everything is gone. In 17 moves, everything was just gone. How does that make sense? Why would you let that happen? Now, yes, I know you can see the rating here is 516, mine's 653. I gained, I don't know how much Elo gained off this, but my blitz rating is nowhere near as good as my rapid. But yeah, no, I thought that was just a wee fun game I played. Thank you guys for sticking around. I really do hope you enjoy. If you have any recommendations, anything I do to improve, audio quality, my gameplay, my display, anything, just leave a comment, leave a like. I will heart every comment that you leave. I'll respond to every comment you leave because I love interacting. That's the whole reason I'm doing this. It's fun, it's enjoyable. Why else would I be doing it? I'm not trying to make money. I'm not making money off this at all. All this carry on cost a lot, but it doesn't bother me because I'd have it playing video games anyway. Instead, I'm sitting here playing a century-old game, couple-century-old game on a gaming PC because it's fun. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Have a good one.